Galnet News Update, 24th September 3310. With exactly a month to go before the last available date in October for Powerplay 2.0, the leaders of the Galactic Powers are getting ready to switch around. But who will stay and who will go? Who will appear in Season 2 and who will get killed off? We already believe that we know that President Hudson will at long last step back not only from the federal presidency, but from being a power. He'll retire to his country estate to play golf and let his successor, soon-to-be Shadow President Jerome Archer, take over his sphere of control to proactively detect federal citizens and become a general nuisance. There's no word on whether Archer will continue Zachary's discount arsenal, offering 20% off all weapons in stock. Someone had better hire a photographer. We're going to need a new portrait. Felicia Winters is likely to remain on the scene, given she's going to be federal president. Her contribution to available weapons, the Pulse Disruptor, which has an inferior scramble spectrum effect, is of little practical value. Perhaps she'll come up with something better once she's in charge of the Federation. It's possible but unlikely that another federal power may come forward. Isolde Rochester, soon to be vice president, is a possibility. Yuri Grom used to be a federal admiral, but broke away to run his own popular dictatorship. He's the creator of the containment missile, popular amongst pirates and hooligans. But he's been pretty quiet lately. Perhaps he'll hang around for want of anyone better to take his place. In the Empire there's been intrigue for some months. The Imperial Mother is gravely ill, leading some to question whether the Emperor, Arissa Lavigne Duval, will want to step back. It seems, however, unlikely that someone who went through a year in a deep freeze after she was abducted by a senatorial conspiracy is likely to want to surrender her power just because Mummy's a bit sick. Her Imperial hammers have a place in every commander's ship, as long as the commander doesn't mind getting a bit warm. Mining mogul and reanimated corpse Zemina Torval has been taking a closer interest in politics recently, and has been angling to take over the Chancellorship from Anders Blaine when he retires. This strongly suggests that being 133 years old is not affecting her ambitions to eventually become Emperor. Baby of the Imperial family, Aisling Duval, seems certain to remain an important power. Only 25 when she made a play to become Emperor, she remains active as a liaison to Aegis, an anti-slavery campaigner, and a generally pleasant and inoffensive minor royal. Confidant and ally to another would-be Emperor, her cousin Hadrian, she sometimes gets close to offending the current Emperor. Her prismatic shields are much sought after. The Empire isn't short of power play leaders. There's a fourth, Senator and Admiral Denton Petraeus, who, believe it or not, also wanted to be Emperor, despite not really being a Duval, which is pretty much the only qualification you need. He may or may not have caused the death of the previous Emperor, and when the time's right, who knows what fate may befall the current one.
The Alliance has its dependable beige Prime Minister, Edmund Mahon, who thinks the Sirius Corporation can sort out all his defence needs, and that sovereignty isn't as important as an easy time. The Alliance has been accused of being Thargoid botherers, and that's largely down to Mahon's enthusiasm for colonising distant nebulas. He has been the Alliance's only power, but now he has a challenger. Councillor Nakato Kane, based in Tyne Isla, where the orbital graveyard isn't, wishes to sweep away the blandness of Mahon's alliance. A strong advocate for the relative independence of the core worlds, she believes that Mahon's capitulation to Sirius is a betrayal of everything the Alliance stands for. She lost an election to Mahon, but nevertheless it is believed highly likely that she will take a sizable chunk of Mahon's sphere of influence when she squares up to him in October. Let's hope she can offer something more attractive than a 20% discount on cargo racks. Other than Yuri Grom, who is really still just a little bit federal, there are 3 independent powers: Lee Yong-ri, who heads up the Sirius Corporation, and, thanks to Edmund Mahan, also controls much of the Alliance, has almost as much power as the superpowers. He is popular amongst commanders for his 15% ship discounts, but he is an utterly ruthless businessman, willing to use military force to help him take over smaller corporations. He's unlikely to be going anywhere. Similarly, corporate hippie Pranav Antal of the Utopia Commune is likely to continue to smoke joss sticks on the periphery of the powers. He is just the sort of idiot who'd launch a roadster into space just 'cause he could. His ambition is to digitise all the memories and knowledge of everyone in the galaxy in a huge data store. He's harmless, like Rishi, his father, who founded the commune. Archon Delane is the Powerplay leader who never grew up. He still thinks piracy's pretty cool, and he has face tattoos and wears an unfashionable leather coat that he thinks makes him look imposing. He has white dreads and a silken neck scarf because all that leather chased something rotten. No one really knows what the point of Archon Delane is, but he's unlikely to go away, so we better pretend we like him. So then, with Hudson retiring and Archer and Kane coming in, it looks like we'll probably have 12 powers in the super new Powerplay. We know there'll be fleet carrier groups to look forward to, as well as corporate branding in controlled stations. Hopefully, we'll find out more about how it actually works when all our questions are answered on Frontier Unlocked, Wednesday the 25th of September at 1700 Galactic Standard Time, once all the stuff about planetary coasters has been dealt with.